What's going on YouTube? Marvelous Collector here, and I've got another boxing video for you. This one is from my dad, it looks like. It is from Mesquite, Texas. That's where my dad lives, so I'm guessing this is an early Christmas box. This one's got some weight to it. Let me see here. Let's go ahead. Looks like it's 10 pounds. It's probably not all going to be Funko Pops. He does have a bunch of Star Wars stuff that he sells. He does a toy show in Dallas. So let's go ahead and see what he's got inside. Good old K-bar. Jeez Louise. There we go. And just a slight tear across. We don't want to cut anything. Alright, looks like I got some Funko Pops right off the top. There's a lot to go through, so let's go ahead and set this to the side. I'm gonna go ahead and put my knife down. Alrighty. Alright, it says read first before you open the Mando bag. So let's go ahead and read it. Hey son, I did this 30 years ago. Who knew it would be this, my artwork. Love you, Dad. You are the marvelous collector. That's cool. So my dad is a really talented artist. So I'm guessing he drew this 30 years ago and he gave it to me as a gift. So I'm excited to see that. Nicely bubble wrapped. All right, so we've got a bunch of different stuff. We got the Wolverine claws, because Wolverine is my favorite. So he gave me the little claws. So these are pretty cool. Let's see here. Got a couple old school retro toys. So the first one I've got is the Beast, and I'm gonna keep these in the bags. I'm double click them out to show you. Let's see here. Let's not see if it had the years on them. Kind of hard to tell. This is from 2000. It's a whole 10 years old. They don't make them like they used to, that's for sure. He bends in all kinds of different ways. But this one's pretty cool. So it's the Beast. Little Wolverine, or X-Men, sorry. Action figure. Keep him in the bag. Let's see. Looks like he got me a Wolverine one as well. Here. So he's got two in this one. The Wolverine and the Magneto with the helmet. Go ahead and open this up. So the Magneto, it's pretty cool. His helmet comes off and goes on. Make sure not to lose that. Yeah, these ones are, I already dropped the, see how hard it is back in the day to lose parts of toys? Let me see. This one's from 2001. And the Wolverine. So I actually remember this one from being a kid. He actually had a little button back here you'd push. Probably doesn't work anymore. You can see that over the years it's kind of gotten a little corroded on those batteries, but he used to say stuff. But he's cool. Wolverine's my favorite character. Let's see. Put them back in the bag. Make sure that helmet goes back in that bag. That helmet is falling off. All right, what's up next? Okay, so Star-Lord. Interesting to see. Oh, he's got changeable heads, which is cool. So he's got the helmet, and it looks like you can swap out his weapons and his head. Now this is interesting because Star-Lord wasn't too popular back in the day, so don't know if this is an older one. This is his replaceable head, and he's got a weapon in there as well. So let me see what year this one is, because I was kind of surprised to see a Star-Lord one and an older Okay, so this is 2014, so it's a little bit more recent. It's just made retro. I was about to say, because Star-Lord wasn't too popular back in the day, back in the 2000s and the 90s. Didn't really hear much of the Guardians of the Galaxy. So that one's cool. I like having all the interchangeable parts. It's pretty neat. Next one, let's see. This one is actually a DC character, but nonetheless, I know who he is. So this one is Adam. Don't know if y'all have seen Arrow. But he's basically like Ant-Man, in a sense. He's got the little... And then he's got a miniature him, which I want to make sure not to lose. So it just minimizes, almost like Ant-Man does. He's a good character on Arrow. And I think he's got his own spin-off in maybe the League of Legends. Those are pretty cool. And I think this year with Marvel doing their Disney Plus, I think it's going to be equivalent to the CW type cinematic universe with DC, where you gotta watch like all of them up to date or you're gonna be lost. You gotta watch League of Legends, but you can't watch League of Legends before you watch most of them. You gotta watch Arrow, you gotta watch all of them combined, The Flash. There's a lot of them on the CW and they're all great. I'm not a DC fan at all when it comes to the movies. They're not very good to me, in my opinion, but their TV series is great. So next up, I've got another Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. Trash Panda. He's pretty neat. He's got his big old weapon. It'd be pretty cool if he had like a prosthetic limb or something, because he likes to collect them. He's got a big old weapon. So these are pretty cool. Don't have too many action figures, so it's neat to have a few set aside, especially the nice looking throwback type retro style that they had back when I was a kid. So next up, I've got some Star Wars stuff. So who in the galaxy is... So I'm not too familiar with these at all, to be honest with you. But this one is Boba Fett, and you can see him through here, right here. Let's see here. I don't know if I should open this. I think I'll keep it closed for now. It looks like it comes with a weapon, but he's kind of like the old school Star Wars toys when we were kids, if you were born in the 90s. And you had the original Boba Fett's and Jango Fett toys. That's more or less what he reminds me of. Put him right there. Next up, I've got this one is Captain America. I don't have too many of the Legion's toys. There are a bunch. A lot of them you can mix and match. This will be my first one actually in my collection. I usually look at them. They're really cool, but I just never bought any. So this one is pretty cool. And this is the newer Captain America. He's got the new logo on there. So he is pretty neat. All right, guys. Looks like I got a few different. So if you watch my video from yesterday, you saw me unbox the child with the cup, and I had the child normal. So it does look like he got me the child with the cup. Let's see, let's get this one first. And this one is actually in a lot better shape than mine. If I recall correctly, I did show you the damages on my box. This one is in good condition. So he will be my duplicate. But he does still look a little different, so I'll have to look into that. But neither one of them are like special editions or anything like that. I think it just might be the light, how I'm looking upwards towards this one, and directly at this one, his shaded green looks a little different. But these are really cool. I love Grogu, and if you don't know who Grogu is, then I didn't spoil it for you. All right, next one I've got is the child, and I do not have this one, so I'm surprised I haven't seen this one. So this is the child with the frog when he eats it through the soup. And again, this one is in great shape. So he is an addition to mine. I will probably put the new one up there and put the bad damage box down below. and probably do a giveaway and then get rid of that one for anyone who is okay with a little bit of damage on their box. I know some people aren't particular with it. They take them out, especially with all the different childs out there. I see a lot of people taking them out and putting them on a shelf, basically. So they look good all lined up next to each other. I've got the child, and this one is different too, and boy, this one is heavy. So it looks like he is in a sack, but it doesn't say anything. It just says the child. It doesn't say in sack or anything like that, but he does have some weight on him, and he is not the same as the child I've got here. This one is 368, 378, 379, and 405. So there are 4 different childs. I did not know they had this many childs, so it is really cool to have this. This one looks like he's got more of a bobblehead type to him than the rest of them. I think it's because the rest have something in his mouth. So this one is neat, so I do thank you for those, because I like the Grogu's. Let's see here. I've got a lot of pops. Let's go ahead and open up the big thing that he told me to read before opening up the Mandalorian box. So let's see what he put in here. Alright, and these bags are pretty cool. I have another one from him when I went to visit him a couple months back. Actually in October, so for Halloween. Let's see here. And he does have his own store. You can check it out. Like I said, he's in the Dallas, Texas area. This is his information, McCords Toys, just our last name. He's always doing trades. You can purchase and you can sell to him. So he's got a lot of stuff. I do have a lot of his business cards, so we'll most likely, if I do any giveaways in the future, I will put these with the giveaways. That way, if you're ever interested in seeing what he's got, you can check him out. Let's see what we got here. And my dad does prints too. That's his actual job. He's been printing for probably my whole life. So he did make me a few, no, it's just one shirt. It is a long sleeve shirt, which is great because it is starting to get cold here, even in the desert of Texas. But he did make me one. Now this one is pretty cool. I believe this is one of his arts that he did when I was a kid. So this is probably what he's talking about from his art from 30 years ago. So he put it on a t-shirt for me and put the Marvelous Collector. So I got me a new YouTube shirt, and this thing is nice. Too bad you can't feel it through here, but it's the nice kind of Under Armour material. So this is amazing, Dad. I love you. Thank you for this. And I'll be wearing this a lot. Let me see here. I've got some Funko Pops up next. So let's see what we got. We got the Star Wars. So I don't have too many Star Wars besides the Mandalorian. So this will take it outside a little bit. But this guy is neat. He is the Gar Saxon. And I love his colors. His colors pop real good with the black. He's got the rifle and a little black base. He's got some pretty good weight to him. Again, box, great shape. See, my dad should be packing for these box companies. So if you buy anything from him, it's probably going to be packed nicely. This one is Knight of Ren. This is the heavy blade one. These pretty cool. Like I said, the first Chrome Pops I got were just recent, and they were the Hulks. Was not impressed with the Hulks. This one, I think it's just a chrome thing. I think the material they make it with is just a little cheaper in my opinion, because you can kind of see the crack go through on the side, so you can see them melded together. I think it's just more noticeable on a Chrome Pop, but all in all, this is amazing. Thank you. So he is $335. Let's see here. We've got another Knight of Ren. And this one actually looks pretty cool. I like his helmet on this one. So this one is the blaster rifle. So the other one was the heavy blade. This one is the blaster rifle. So this one is $331. The other one was $335. He looks a lot cooler, and I think they did an amazing job with the art because the crease, I don't know if you can see it, the crease that separates the front from the back goes with the art. So it makes it look fluid. It doesn't make it look out of place. It doesn't make it look like an ornament. So this one is cool. I definitely like that one better than the heavy blade. All right. Next up, we've got, I don't think I have this one actually. So I've got another Mandalorian. I've got Mando right here with the blaster. And I think he's my only Mandalorian, except for the Mandalorian with the child jumbo. So this one is actually the Mando with the child small. Now I like this one. You can see on the backdrop, he actually has a nice backdrop. I'm not a big fan of the backdrops. You can barely see him, but you can see his logo on the back. So that's pretty cool. He is a little bit different than this one. This one, he's just standing there with his rifle on his back. He's more of a chrome pop. This one is matching colored, and he actually is jetpacking. And you can kind of see that kind of orangish glow that goes real good with that backdrop. Gives it a little bit more of a realistic pop when his thrusters are going up. So this one is amazing. I do like this one. I'm gonna put this one with my Mando ones over here. Next up, I've got childhood favorite from Star Wars. I've got Darth Maul. It's kind of sad he didn't have more in the Star Wars world. I know he hopefully will have something come up at Disney Plus that kind of enlightens his species. He was just short-lived in my opinion. He was a pretty good villain, and he never technically was found after he died, just like Mace Windu's, theories going around. So maybe both those guys are still alive. We'll find out hopefully in the future. With all the stuff that Disney's coming out with, we don't know what they're going to do. Alrighty, so a Venom. So I got a rocket, so I got the little action figure rocket, and this one is the Venomized rocket. Venom is taking over everything, and that's what Venom does, so you can't get mad about it. I do like it. I like the teeth. He looks aggressive, rabid, and this one is pretty cool. And the Storm one, I think, is still my favorite one. Venomized. Doesn't even look like Storm in my opinion, but it looks amazing. But this one is a close top on my Venom pops. So I'm gonna put him over here with my Marvel. Got another Star Wars one. This is the Wrecker. Now I did see him at GameStop. He looks pretty cool. I did not pick him up just because I stick to the Mando round. But this one is awesome. He's got some weight on him too. Not too familiar with the Wrecker. I didn't watch too much of the Clone Wars. I need to start watching that because I think that ties in a lot with the Mandalorian now, with the back portions of these characters. So definitely need to start watching that. I think I want to watch like 2 or 3 episodes, to be honest with you. I'm not a big on animation, so it'll take a little while to get used to. And I heard that they kind of went with a different directing route during their series. So I think the end of it was a lot better. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there was a separation in that with directors. One director was a lot better than the other. Let me know in the comment section if that is true. So this one is another Mandalorian one. I don't have this one. So this was the Q9O, the little bug. He is pretty cool looking. Just looks like an ant. I guess you can technically call him a Disney Ant-Man. He has the little antenna on top, like a little antler, or not an antler, but an ant antenna, I guess you could call it. So this one is pretty cool. So it looks like I've got a Star Wars collection building up, which there's nothing wrong with that. I do like Star Wars. All right, next up, let's see here. I don't think I have this one. And it is actually one that I've been looking for, just because it is an exclusive, and I do like exclusives a little bit more than non-exclusives. But this one is Ahsoka, sorry. She's gonna be more popular now that she's in the I don't really think she's in the Mandalorian. She was in one episode and kind of just spun off, which was kind of lame in my opinion. I thought she'd team up, but that wasn't the case. So maybe we'll see something else from her in the future. But this one is the GameStop exclusive. It looks like the non-GameStop exclusive has the sabers. This one, she does not have the sabers. Actually, she does have the saber. It's just not out. So this one is neat. Definitely my favorite GameStop exclusive that they have on the non-Mandalorians. All right, so next up, I do have another Mandalorian pop, and I do think this is a duplicate for me. Yes, I have a Grief Karga up there, so this will be a copy for me, but this one is in a lot better shape. So this will be another one that I'm gonna have to replace my bad box with a better box. So this one is a duplicate, but it is a better duplicate. So I will put him on the side right here with my Mandos. All right, 2 more pops, guys. Both of them are going to be Marvel. This one is an X-Men one. This one is Colossus 316. And he is in good shape. With the amount of pops that he gave me, I mean, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I think he gave me 16 Funko Pops in this box. That's an amazing amount, and they are all in great shape. As you can see from my prior video yesterday, I had 3 boxes that I paid almost 40 bucks with shipping for, and they were not very well at all. So this one is the Colossus, and he is amazing. And I don't have too many of the original X-Men series boxes. Looks like it comes with Cable. The Domino I was interested in. I think she had a, not a chase, but a black and white one with the blue around her. I think that one looks cool to me. Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Pretty much everyone but Deadpool in this one. So this one is pretty cool. I do like his non-cursing and kind of lighter route because it balances Deadpool a little bit. Good and evil almost in an aspect of that. So this one is cool. All right, the last pop, guys, and I don't have any of these. They're ones that I'm not too keen on, to be honest with you. I do know that's zombie war to say, basically, because everyone likes these zombies. They're all right to me. I haven't bought any just because they don't really appeal to me too much. There are a few out there that kind of look cool, and this is actually one of them. So this one is the Zombie Mysterio, where it's just the brain and the broken glass. And the broken glass is amazing looking, guys. So this one is pretty cool. I'm on the fence with getting these. There are a bunch out there, and I think they're going to do what they're doing with the Venom Marvel line. They're going to make a lot of zombies. Basically, kind of like the What If series, to see these come to life in the What If. It's going to be pretty cool. Like I said, I'm not big on animation, so I'm just going to have to kind of get with the times and watch that, because it is animated from what we've seen Marvel display. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on this side as well. All right, guys. So I do have a couple backdrops, basically, of the shirt that he made me, of the Marvelous Collector, different sizes. Let's see here. And then I've got a card. Let me read it first and see if I need to read it out loud or not. All right. All right. So this is amazing. Looking back on the happiness you've brought just being you, feeling pride and appreciation for the man you are and the things you do every day. Love you, son, Dad. And as always, celebrating the magic you bring with everything you do, including being a wonderful son. Merry Christmas. That's not the cool part. He sent me a few pictures of us when we were a kid, or when I was a kid. Didn't grow up with my dad. We saw him twice a year. Him and my mom never got married, so he lived in Dallas. We lived in Odessa, 6 hours apart. We'd go visit him every couple weeks out of the summer. It was amazing. I love spending time with my dad. I still love spending time with my dad. I have a great relationship with him, even though we didn't spend a lot of time together. That's neither my mom's fault, his fault, or my fault. It's just the way the cards were dealt. And so this is him at a Christmas. I believe I was probably 9 or 10 years old. And it was over in Midland. I remember this because it was at my uncle's place. But he came and visited. He liked to surprise us when he could. So that's him with me and my sister, basically. And our little Christmas presents. I got an RC card. She got a little baby doll, because those were cool back in the day. And this one is just me and him by ourselves. And I honestly don't remember this photo, and I don't think I've ever seen it, to be honest with you. Looks like I've got a NES controller in my hand. I honestly don't remember. This looks like I was a lot younger. Got a cool Goosebumps logo. So this was in 97, so December 26th of 97. So I was 7 years old in this photo. I think this was probably at my uncle's house as well. That's a pretty cool Goosebumps. I loved Goosebumps when I was a kid. I used to listen to them on the cassette tapes. I don't know, what's a cassette tape? Goosebumps was amazing when I was a kid, so these are really thoughtful, and I actually love these. So that's everything that was in my Christmas box from my father. Like I said, follow his store, see what he's got to offer you. He's got a lot of stuff that's hard to find, a lot of stuff you can find in those bigger cities that a lot of people can't find in smaller cities. So he does not have a Facebook, but he does have a website for that. Like I said in the card earlier, so it's McCords Antiques and Collections, and it is leonardmccord@yahoo.com and is his email. And if y'all ever wanting to know what he's got, you can always let me know. Hey, does he have this? And I can check out for you. But with that being said, that's going to conclude my video, guys. Thank you for watching, and Dad, I love you. Thank you for this amazing Christmas gift. Memories like this you can't replace at all. So I love you so much, and y'all have a marvelous day.